Hello, darling. Welcome back. Today, I'm finally catching up with some Bricky. It's been far too long since I've watched anything from him. This is his GTFO review. I don't know what this is going to be about. I feel like it might be a little silly, a little goofy, but I have really missed him, and I'm very excited. I hope you are as well. If you are new here, please do consider subscribing. It'd really help me out, and I'd very much appreciate it. Thank you. Are you ready? Let's go.
Hello everybody, this video is sponsored by Audible. Audible, if you haven't heard of it somehow, is a wonderful site with wonderful audiobooks narrated by professionally and excellently curated narrators for the books that they read.
Would you guys listen to my audiobook reading? You think I'd do good at it?
Is my #1 choice whenever it comes to any form of audiobook. I use it pretty much daily whenever I want to listen to anything in the car. Sometimes even at the gym if it's really hype and I'm like, music is fine. I want to know what happens here. Hey man, listening to a Warhammer book when they're doing some Horus Heresy thing and you're just lifting it. It hits. With the vast array of options they have, a vast array of narration, and the excellent deals you can get for them, Audible is easily my choice. And a recommendation for all of you. A lot of you like the Project Hail Mary book my mom recommended, so she recommends another one. The new Stephen King novel, I believe it's called Fairy Tale. She is talking to me about it all the time. She loves it. So a Bricky mom recommendation. Go ahead and check out Audible in the description. I also have a fancy deal going on. Check the screen for the details and go down and go to audible.com/Bricky or text Bricky to 500-500 to get started on audiobooks now. Thank you very much for sponsoring this video, Audible, and let's GTFO. It's actually genuinely, let's GTFO. Hello everybody, my name is Bricky, currently fleeing the screaming scout that I caused and was my fault. However, I will never admit to my wrongdoings. This, what you see behind me is a video game.
Ooh.
Only the hottest takes this channel. This behind me is GTFO, a 4-player co-op survival game officially released December 9th, 2021. A game that I believe had an extended period of early access or beta or alpha or whatever you want to call it. I remember seeing a trailer for it way back when, and my impression was an overwhelming no, not just a normal either, like a resounding the apocalypse, like Epstein didn't kill himself. It wasn't
Whoa.
Until recently, I was recommended this game by a group of Discord members who, after finishing their Scandinavian furry RP session, invited me to give it a chance. And I said, sure, man, I can go for some furry RP. Where does that take me? Where all furry RP takes you. Chickaloops. That
That's me. This is me.
Sure, man, I can go for some furry RP. Where does that take me? Where all furry RP takes you. Chickaloops.
Me trying to say people's names. You come into chat for the first time, that's exactly what it's like.
That crater in Mexico that killed the dinosaurs.
Chicxulub.
My response
okay, that's really
information? Relative calmness. Turns out this isn't RP at all. I've been tricked by this guy or thing named the Warden. He isn't very nice. He doesn't take his shopping carts back. He tends to litter a little, and he'll put this mask on my face that I can't take off due to the fact that I'm a death row inmate and there is a bomb attached to it. Not to mention that this place is filled with sleepers, not zombies. Sleepers. Infected or various types that do not like to be woken up. Turns out, I'm the guy to kill them as punishment for my crimes, and if I don't do what the Warden says, well,
night.
There's a couple of other people like me, 4 in fact, each also death row inmates. We have Woods, a man who decided that being a good true Catholic means shooting and killing 18 US Marines in cold blood.
We got any Catholics in the chat? Amen.
You say God told you to kill those men? God doesn't tell us to do anything. If you're waiting for him to speak to you, you've already lost, brother. I killed them.
We have Dauda, a Nigerian man who seemed very interested in human drug trials and trafficked a bunch of them to work on.
What?
They tried to bite me. Bite my hand. I held something, a knife. No, a needle. I'm sure of it. I put my hand over their eyes so they could not look at me. And then I took the needle and pushed it into their neck.
Ah.
There was no blood. Just air. And then the screams coming from the hole I had made in their neck.
There's Hackett, an Irishman who is actually here willingly because he felt no emotion after opening fire into a crowd of unarmed civilians, which made him feel a little icky with himself.
So you were upset when you failed your mission?
I didn't say I failed. I shot him. Ended up killing about 20 of them. Maybe more, in fact, when we think about it.
For why?
The thing is, I just don't give a f, you know? No, not really. Is it? I think I might be, like, you know, broken or something.
Oh my god, wait. What if, which ones is it that don't feel empathy? Is it psychopaths that aren't empathetic? So what if he's just aware? Sociopath and psychopath. What if he's just an aware psychopath or sociopath? Like, I don't necessarily feel bad for him, but like, at least he's aware? Is that better? I don't know. That's interesting. More sociopath. Okay, understood.
And finally, we have Bishop, a British man who tried to blackmail the wrong damn people.
We haven't looked you up. There is no record of you working at the Valencia office.
Bald.
That's not possible. Look again. They have
Bald.
no record of Frank Bishop ever working for the Centurion Strategic Investments Company.
Bald.
Look, I know what this is. You need to speak to Johnson Davis. He put me here.
We have spoken to Mr. Davies. He's never heard of you.
Bald.
He's a liar.
These lovely four individuals get the extremely unenviable task of being sent deep into your mom.
God damn it, Brick.
Got him, loser. Into the crater in Mexico where they have to do whatever the warden tells them to do. Kill the sleepers in the way and not die. Therein lies our gameplay formula of GTFO. The game is split into things called rundowns, and each expedition in a rundown is labeled with a letter than a number. A1, B2, C1, E1, so on and so forth. They get progressively harder and harder as you go down and down, and they also have some kind of objective that normally needs completing. You aren't ever really down there just because you want to kill some sleepers. You're woken up harshly and told to do the ambiguous warden's doing. Regardless of what you have to do, though, you will run into sleepers, which need to be dealt with in various ways. See, sleepers don't see because, I mean,
Why are we still here? Just to suffer.
and funny enough, they don't hear.
Me trying to tell my friend that there's something on her face.
See, sleepers don't see because
me being very subtle, trying to let you know you got a little schmutz on your nose.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer.
And funny enough, they don't hear either. They instead learn by echolocation in a sorta, kinda, the game has to be a video game, don't question it kind of way. They will scan for noise by making them do this glowing, bright orange stretch. And then when they sense something, they'll just start fucking pulsating the entire time, which means it's your time to stop, or else you'll alert the whole group. However, when it's all clear, you take out your melee weapon and you give them that beautiful Kentucky Fried Crack to take them down. Now, for your average sleeper, this is really easy as pie. I mean, whether they're melee or ranged version, who cares? A good whack on the head will send them down so long as you don't miss.
Okay.
But what if they're a little bit thicker than you expected? Interestingly enough, Dr. Funk over here can actually be stealth killed, so long as you have a minimum of 3 inmates all simultaneously hit it in the back of the head with their melee weapons. Just don't fuck it up. All right, nerds, you talked about your ability to one-shot a big guy. Here he is.
I hope. Well, I got 3 of them. Nope.
Now, there are a few.
He didn't have a head. His head's gone.
Now, there are a few other types of enemies. You've got chargers that charge, flyers that fly, hybrids that hide.
That's so dumb, dude. That's so dumb.
But these are all still just fodder enemies, people that you deal with more and more the deeper down you go. But I've always wondered, how do the inmates eat with these slave bomb collars attached to their faces? Well, luckily we have nourishment down here.
Oh no.
The forbidden spaghetti.
Ew.
Oh
my God.
fucking God. This is the impasta.
That's terrible. Will I still have to? Would I still have to salt the water if I want to? Do you think this requires more or less salt when you cook the impasta? More accurate Italian. Oh my God.
And their job is to locate those of you who are sus
Whoa.
using its forbidden pasta face. They roam around certain areas protruding their spagoot looking for enemies. And see, unlike alerting another room full of enemies in which they all know where you are, scouts will do that and spawn new ones once notified by their telltale scream.
Ew.
They can
Oh
be
my
stealth
God.
killed by certain weapons to the head, sometimes.
Uh-oh. Panic.
But there are also charger scouts too, so you know, that's fun. Ooh, there's an enemy called a snatcher too. It vores you and takes you somewhere else, so that's fun. I tend not to kink shame, you know, but if you're unironically into vor, I think less of you as a person, unless you're Shammy, but you know, she gets a pass. Like, if you hadn't made it clear, this is a very hard game. There are variations of regular enemies also called shadows. They're just fucking invisible. Like, they're just fucking invisible. They're
Love
straight
that.
up invisible. There's no shimmer, no nothing. The only way you know they're there is with a bio-tracker sensor or shining your flashlight on them, revealing their shadow, because they're invisible. It's nuts. And Dr. Thunk can be invisible too. Speaking of that bio-tracker sensor, if you're going to survive your punishment, you're going to need the right gear. You get a primary weapon, a special, a tool, and a melee weapon, as well as some single-use modifiers that you can stack for different runs. The weapons themselves range depending on which rundown you are in, but for the most part, they have a solid amount of variance between them. Assault rifles, submachine guns, pistol, shotgun, snipers, so on. What makes them more unique other than the stats and their type is that you can actually have them be used better depending on rundown you throw yourself in. Does that work? Does that make sense? They're good for specific missions. GTFO is not a this is my favorite loadout and I'm going to use it random join in progress lobby bullshit, because that's how you get messing with Mr. Thunk. This game is a okay, we're doing C1, right? All right, I'll bring the bio tracker who has mines, someone bringing mines, probably closer range weapons this time around. Are there shadows? Do we need thermal? Where's
Okay, I understand that, but I personally dislike that. I like being able to run what I want to run. And I guess I can run like what's needed, but then I need to be like with people who have played, who know, who can just like tell me. If I gotta work out what I need, I'm gonna be irritated. I just want to play what I want to play, or I need to be like with people who are experienced and already know how to do it and stuff. I don't know.
the beef? We all have favorites, of course, but there is a use for everything. Some guns have a low ammo count, but a thermal sight, allowing you to see shadows without having to use the usual methods. Some guns are just full of ammo and have high fire rates to deal with a big horde in defense sections. Some guns hit really hard and are good at killing scouts, big guys, and the rest from a distance, but they have low ammo. Even the melee weapons have different speeds and damage values. There's rarely ever a right choice, with the exception of the high caliber pistol, the Shelling Arid 5, my beloved.
Oh, sick montage.
Seriously, this is gonna absolutely, and it leads to moments like these.
The other one.
most disgusting enemy I've seen in the game in a while.
Oh yeah, the scouts are horrible.
Watch your left, Ridley.
Oh, are you fucking kidding me?
All right, I have a shot.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Fucking gamers, dude.
That was
Nice.
fantastic. Oh my god.
Ooh.
You two, okay,
Let's
I will never
fucking
doubt you ever
go.
again.
Tools are normally reserved for things like sentry guns, the bio tracker, the comm gun, and the mine layers.
Pardon? Can we go over that one more time?
For things like sentry guns, the bio tracker, the comm gun, and the mine layers. The bio tracker is basically required for every single run, but how you mix and match the others is up to you. We enjoy double sniper sentry, mine, and tracker normally ourselves, but we'll occasionally get rid of one sentry for the comm gun
Oh my
when
God.
it's serious help. Melee weapons are whatever you want to bop other people with. And this is a bopping preference. A bop, one might even say. But
Oh
once
my
your
God.
loadout is set and your expedition prepared, what's it like? You know, I've told you all about this so far. The enemies, the weapons, the characters, but what is the formula? And not whatever formula Dada cooked up. Expeditions are often extremely long and extremely tense. If I had to describe GTFO in one word, it would be grimy. The UI is grimy. The weapons feel and shoot grimy. They've got a ton of recoil and they look somewhat unmaintained. The world and enemies look grimy. It all just feels like it's got this extreme function over fashion to it, which is good and makes sense because we're death row inmates. We're not getting the best shit. You'll be assigned a task. Carry the baby, retrieve the GTX 4090s, or something in between, and your objective stack on the top left of your screen will tell you where to go. Sorta. It will say, go to the zone something or another. Where is zone something or another? I don't know.
Good
How
luck.
about you go look at the walls? It should tell you what zone you're in, and then you can realize you're in the wrong zone and open a door to go to that right zone. But uh-oh, the door is filled with sleepers. Time to kill all of them before advancing. A computer terminal needs to be accessed, and not just type in a password here. We get to code. That's right. Get those underscores out, baby. You're gonna do real shit. Uh-oh, stinky bioscan security checkpoints. This will
Dude, I like that he was giggling at himself at the uh-oh stinky.
real shit. Uh-oh, stinky bioscan security checkpoints. This will alert the horde. Put down your turrets, set up your mines, and do the scans as fast as you can, or else the sleepers are going to tear you down. Oh, did I mention this game is friendly fire? Not a small amount either.
Ricky, you got the mines?
I got the mines.
Uh-oh,
I know where to put them. Don't worry. I'm putting mines down to block our...
Uh-oh.
Oh, what the fuck just hit me?
Oh.
In fact, no amount of damage is small in this game. You have 100% of health, and a normal sleeper hit does about 12% damage, which doesn't sound crazy until you see how many of them there are when you fight. Especially...
Was that thing Naruto running?
doesn't sound crazy until you see how many of them there are.
Did that... It fucking Naruto runs? Yo, get out. Get away from me, dude. That's hilarious.
Are when you fight, especially when you've alerted the horde. Some of them are melee, some of them are ranged, and some might be fucking invisible. Dr. Thunk does 40% damage with a single strike. And don't think your sentry guns will protect you either, because they also have friendly fire. The game's tagline is work together or die together, and that might be the most accurate tagline for a game I've read. Your teamwork is paramount. Wasting ammo means you'll be dry when a horde is there to come. Taking too many hits will leave you open to instant death because you're out of med packs. And sure, you got some consumables, but they only help a little bit here and there. What are glow sticks gonna do when you got Vord? Light up its belly? Maintaining your supplies is paramount, and be prepared for anything is too, because who knows what might happen. The bioscan checkpoint might only be 3 blips. It might be 5. There might be a scout in that room that you normally breeze through. Sometimes the game just says lights are cringe and turns them all off. All of them. Enjoy pitch darkness. I sure hope
good.
you don't run into any invisible enemies. Let's
I'm
hope you
good.
brought yourself the light of Allah, the long-range flashlight will cut away the darkness of non-believers as the light of Allah guides our path.
Mashallah, brother.
Mashallah, brother.
Mashallah, brother. That's why stealth team gameplay is the cornerstone of this game, or just team play in general. The bio tracker will see where the sleepers are, even in pitch darkness, and others can dispatch them silently. There is one red,
Sick, another scout.
and there are some whites behind him.
Oh, fantastic.
That's kind of racist.
But if two sleepers are right next to each other, you can't kill one without alerting the other. So you need two people to kill them at the same time. Most of the time. Nergs, don't you dare take my kill.
Well, get your fat ass over here and hit it.
I was...
Jesus
Right,
Christ.
Rarely it's the right idea to go loud, but
so
if you have
rude.
to, then making sure your turrets are set up, your mines are deployed, like your positions are good, it's all so important.
Are you crawling at me crotch first?
Turrets are set up, your mines are deployed, like your positions are good, it's all
No! Welcome home, honey. Oh no!
so important.
Oh,
Work together or die together. Each expedition is between 45 minutes, sometimes to an hour and a half, or even longer, depending on how many side objectives you do. There are checkpoints, but like 2, sometimes 1 in the whole run, which might make you start thinking, well, damn, Bricky, this sounds really intense and challenging. How is the solo player experience? Get a load of this guy.
There isn't one.
I mean, there is. Technically, the game fills in the missing players with bots if you want them to, but there is no single player or even really dual player experience for this game except for the easiest of missions. You won't get far without coordination. You won't get far without a team. You might be able to pull off 3-man groups and pick up the robot, but this game is meant for 4 players with comms and a dedicated want to learn the game.
Wait,
Yeah.
no, don't hit him, don't hit, don't hit, don't hit, don't hit, don't hit.
Yeah, he was too
that happened.
close. He was too close.
What you?
But it's fine. They're all dead.
Yes!
You just killed him.
Fucking fantastic.
Oh my god, this
Every
guy!
aspect is challenged here. Your loadouts, your communication, your teamwork, even
my
your
God.
aim and positioning. Every aspect of playing an FPS game is tested, and you need to be getting at least Bs. This is a hardcore 4-player and basically only 4-player co-op survival horror shooter, and I would not recommend picking it up if you do not have 3 other friends to play it with or actively want to search out new people either via the Discord or other means. Normally I say, oh, well, you know, this game is better with friends. No,
It
this game is
requires-
with friends. Guilt trip your
Yeah.
friends. Gift it to them. Hold them at gunpoint. I don't really give a shit. But if you're going to play the game, you gotta work together or die together. Long-range flashlight, my beloved, the light of Allah shall guide our way, mashallah, brothers. There are GTFO discords. There are GTFO like groups. There are plenty of ways to find people. But if you're the kind of person who you're like, no one else wants to play, I'll give it a shot. That's my big half of the issues I have with GTFO is that there is only one way to play it, and that's with a group. I understand.
That's probably a little bit of a letdown, but I don't see that as like the worst thing. I think that's okay by circumstance. And I don't really play games that require, not recommend, but require people to play with. I don't really play those, so I don't really have room to talk. But I feel like those kind of being, I guess, like sparingly released isn't really like the worst thing. I don't know. Does every single game have to be able to like be played solo? Is it nice? Yeah. Would it be preferable? Possibly, but I don't see, like, this is not at all the same way, right? This is not at all in the same vein. But what's that game? Pico Park? Pico Park, where, like, that is, like, you need people, right? I don't even know. Can you play? I might be a liar. You might be able to play Pico Park, like, alone. But, like, what's the point? It's like a teamwork game. You know what I mean? Not at all the same vein, but just at the very, very minimal, you have to have people to play with. Like, it's... I don't think that's necessarily the worst thing about it. I don't know. If it's told to you that you have to have people, I don't necessarily see that as, like, the worst thing ever.
And why? There's nothing wrong with that at all. That's the game they wanted to make. But it's my duty as someone recommending it to warn you. The other half of my issue is just the lack of real progression. You know I love my unlocks. You know I love my progression systems. And there are some cosmetics in there for completing certain things, but that's about the extent of it. And cosmetics for a first-person shooter aren't particularly fancy, especially when the game is aggressively first-person. First-person downed animations, first-person computer hacking.
I'm an engineer. No one calls themselves a fucking hacker.
Fashion works better in something like Destiny because it's a first-person shooter, but you're constly swapping to third person back and forth, and it works.
Yeah.
It's just the khakis, man.
Oh my God.
Your fashion is just the loading screen, really.
Isn't that... Well, no. I was going to say Outlast Trials is similar to that, but I think with Outlast Trials, you at least see, like, I think you see yourself when you go, like, down and stuff. But you get to see yourself, oh God, am I misremembering? I think you can see yourself at points in Outlast Trials. I still like those cosmetics, personally, but I'm just a goober. So, I don't know. Don't really take my opinion into consideration.
It needs more than this. It needs an unlock system of some kind or a way to show off how good you are. Because GTFO players really like to show off. Out of all the time I streamed this game, twitch.tv/Bricky, I had a ton of die-hard GTFO players in there watching me for the first time. They were all really supportive, but I could tell that little underlying bit of smugness. I could see it.
No.
I could see the attempts of humble brags as we barely pull off an expedition and they say, nice job, dude. That's a really tough one. I only ever was able to beat that one blindfolded drunk solo with a butt plug in my ass feeding me moves about a week ago.
Oh
Good
my
job.
God.
They're a hardcore group. But one that wants more people to play, because of course they do. This game needs people to be actively enjoyable, and there should be something for that crowd. Gun skins would be a nice option. Maybe skins for your deployables could be fun. Honestly, just when you're waiting in the lobby and load up a run, just have number of completions above their head. I want to see some giant dick Giga Chad walk up to D2 and be like, runs completed. 137.
Oh.
Yeah. Finally, if you read some of the Steam reviews, you'll see that people end up having a lot of issues with bugs. Now, some of the enemies, particularly the Vor monster, do move a little janky for me, like they're in a lower FPS, but I don't think I ever crashed. My teammates were actually more worried about the bugs than I ever experienced any bugs. Now, this is completely anecdotal, however. Works on my machine is not a real boon or negative, so just be aware that it's not a perfect game from that experience and people have had issues. One of the runs is called C1 that I actually really like. It's an excellent run, but all of the people I played with hate it because it used to bug out a shitload. Nothing about GTO is honestly perfect, but it absolutely nails what it's going for so unapologetically. It's just so GTFO. Like the way the HUD projects itself twice, the shockingly good voice acting, and oh, beautiful ASMR moments. The guns have...
Should I write that down? Should I use that as a reference?
insane recoil and feel weighty. Enemies are interesting. Level design is incredible. The feeling of the game is instilled in you as you and your friends plummet down the crater into complete utter darkness with nothing but the speed of the wind and your terrifying gasp for breath. GTFO doesn't pull any punches, not to you, not to your character, and not to the crowd it attracts. It is a game where you ask your friends if they want to play, you all say sure, you load up, you play an expedition, you're all tired as shit from the stressful time that was the hour-and-a-half expedition, and you all log off GTFO and you don't touch it again for another week.
No, you gotta get two. You gotta get two in. Or at least, like, You gotta continue the suffrage until you don't touch it for like 6 months.
And the cycle repeats. And you know what? I'm damn okay with that. Thank you everybody very much for watching this video. If you have the people, I would highly recommend giving it a look. It is a very fun game made by some developers who seem like they are really good at their craft. Honestly, just the specificity here. If you are a patron or a YouTube member over here, go ahead and shoot me some questions. I recently redid the Patreon, so some of the questions aren't quite there yet, but send me some messages on Patreon, or better yet, go ahead and reply to one of my posts with questions you have for the Q&A. I will get to those in the next episode. Thank you again, and I will see you later.
Come on.
Bye.
Obviously, you're a skater.
Okay. I gotta say, I don't think that GTFO would be something my style, just because, I don't know, really high stress and having to coordinate so perfectly, I think would just have me on far too much of like a panic. But it does look cool if you like that kind of environment and everything. And then, as Bricky was pointing out, if you have people to play it with. And I think, as he said, that being what the game is made for is perfectly fine, but if that does not work for you, then I don't think it's gonna work for you. I really enjoyed this, but make sure that you check out the original video. It's gonna be linked down below. If you like my video, make sure you like and subscribe so I can see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye!